Hi guys, welcome to this video for learning how to create upper and lower ranges as well as creating R-squared graphs in Google spreadsheets. So let's begin. Right, so you should have some raw data that you've collected already, and you may have processed that data. Okay, so just a quick little reminder here, I've noticed that some of the students, when they were calculating their pulses, number of pulses in 10 seconds, that they use this number for their beats per minute. Okay, so this is not the beats per minute. As you can see, this is over 10 seconds. So you actually need to multiply that value by 6 to get the number of beats per minute. Okay, and that actually counts as processed data. Okay, because this is what you originally collected, and this is the beats per minute. Okay, let's get into where I want to get into today, which is about upper and lower ranges. So you've calculated your averages, and if you haven't, go check out my previous video on how to calculate averages. It's pretty straightforward and simple. So to calculate the lower range, we want to start with a formula. So we're going to say equals, and then we're going to type in min for minimum. Okay, and I'm going to open the bracket, and then I'm going to select this collection of data. So it's automatically going to find the smallest value. So we know it's 60, and if I hit enter, that's what we're going to see as well. Okay. Now we're going to subtract that from the average. Oh, sorry, I need to reverse that. So it's going to be, it's going to be the average minus the minimum. Okay. So that's going to give us the lower range. So again, you can, of course, manually find the minimum value, and then you can take the average and subtract it from the lowest value. Okay, but if your data might change, okay, so maybe you have another trial, then this automatically will find the lowest value. So as an example, right, this is the lower range is 8 right now because 60 is the lowest value. But maybe let's say we had like a fourth trial of data, or maybe we found that our trial 3 was incorrect and this was actually 58. Okay, so now you can see the range actually changes because of that. Okay, it's always finding the slowest, it's not the slowest, the minimum value. So that's the advantage of using the formula. Okay, so I'm going to repeat that one more time. We're going to get the average minus min, and I'm going to select this data and hit enter. Okay, now there is a shortcut. You can use the fill option, which is this little square here, and you just drag that down with your mouse, and then you'll get the lower range. Okay, now the upper range is sort of the reverse of that. So we're going to get the largest value. So we're going to type in max, and again, I'm going to get it to automatically find the maximum value for me. And I'm going to subtract that from the average, okay? And then I'm going to use the sort of copy and paste command, the fill option. Copy and pasting doesn't work. You have to use the fill command for this. Okay, so that's it. Upper and lower range is done. Next up, we're going to look at how to graph R-squared values. Okay, so I'm just going to center this data first, and I'm going to select all my data. I'm going to go to Insert and Chart. So you've done this before. This is how you make a graph, okay? And if you remember from before, how we get to the trend line is, so usually it's on setup, so you need to click on customize, and then we're going to go down into the series option, and when you scroll down, you can tick the trend line, okay? And that's where we left things off before, okay? Now, there's only one more thing you need to do. You just need to scroll down a little bit further and tick the R-squared value, and then it reports the R-squared or R2 value, as some people like to call it. And so it'll report that, okay? What is the R-squared value? R-squared value is described over here. No, it's described over here. Okay, R-squared value is how valid your data is, okay? So if it's a value that's very close to 1 or 1, then it says your data is valid, okay? So that's a good thing. If it's a little bit lower, getting to maybe like 0.7, it's okay. It's fairly good data. It's fairly valid data, we would say, okay? And if it's lower than that, then that would not be, it'd start becoming sort of like, questionable data. Okay, so that's what R squared means, all right? Okay, hope that was helpful for you guys, and you learned how to do R-squared graphs and also the upper and lower ranges. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.